Hey Bas. En de rest.
Hallo.
Hey.
Hallo.
Are there also English people or is everyone Dutch? I did see someone talking, but with a mute microphone. Let's just do it in English, and if anyone joins this, it's always good. So, nice to have you all here for this first AI lab session, video generation with Runway, Act 1, Hilo, and much more. Good to have you all here for this first session. Hi, I'm Mac8 today with Bas and Julotte. Julotte sits here next to me and is managing the chat. So if you have any questions throughout the session, just throw them in the chat and Julotte will answer them, or she will note them down for the end. Then we are going to have like a small Q&A for if you have any questions left or just want to know anything. We can do that all at the end of the session. So let's just dive right into it. Hope you guys are going to learn something, and we're going to talk today about creating a video in a traditional way as a starting point. Normally you will do some brainstorming, storyboarding scenes, writing a script, planning logistics, recording some footage, then editing it all and finalizing it, and much more. But today, with all the tools that we got from AI, this is going to change a lot, at least for us. It gives us a really nice new view and a new way of working into how you can make content with AI. And of course, this also means an entirely new way of working. First of course, writing a script, or instead you would do it all by hand. You can use tools like ChatGPT or other LLMs, think of Claude or maybe even Gemini to do the script writing. After this, we're going to talk a bit about recording a video, because the way we are going to explain in this tutorial to make AI content is with a template video. So as this example is showing you, you can use a template video with your own face, your own voice, and make this into a fully different style. This way we have a lot more control over the videos, and we can add really cool styles on top of it. Then we are going to talk a bit about, okay, how do you have control over the characters that are within these videos? So instead of just having a single prompt or just using the styles or the characters that you are limited to with normal tools or templates, you can generate them on your own with Midjourney. That's a thing that we are going to dive into. Then the voice customization. So of course you would want to have a nice voiceover to enable a nice lively video. And then we are going to end up with some B-roll animation to get it all into one full video with some nice appealing videos. Then, just to dive right into it, we made a video for this tutorial that we've also posted on the socials on the 2 back in the Christmas theme, and we are going to use this Christmas themed video as like a template for this tutorial, so you can follow along, and all the materials and everything that we're discussing will be shared with you after the sessions in your email, so that you have a nice textual how-to tutorial that you can also follow and use if you want to do this yourself. So I'm first going to show the video that we made as a guide throughout this video, so you get an idea of what kind of stuff you can expect.
Alright team, deliveries are bigger, faster and more demanding than ever before. Ideas?
Drones. They're really fast, like super fast.
Drones? Do you want to start a fight with the reindeers?
Did I hear someone say drones? We are the ones that have pulled Christmas for the last centuries. Don't count us out yet.
No offense, Rudolph. We're just trying to brainstorm.
Brainstorm with us, not against us. What about some boosters on the sleigh?
Jet boosters? What if we overshoot a rooftop?
Or we crash into the Pacific Ocean and we deliver to Atlantis?
True.
Alright, we'll keep the reindeer but add some magical upgrades. No drones, no overshooting, just teamwork.
What about streamlined sleigh designs? We'll make it faster and sleeker through the air.
Now that's the kind of brainstorming I like. Team tradition, but modern upgrades.
Good. Let's make this Christmas the fastest one yet.
So I think the cool thing about these kind of videos is, just like the KLM video that you might have seen before with the furry characters that we have posted, is that you can make these kind of videos not within weeks or within months, but with minimal experience within days or even hours, which gives you a lot of creative flexibility to make some really creative, cool stuff that wouldn't have been possible before in these kind of time frames. So we will be guiding you through the process of making these kind of videos step by step, so you can also do it yourself. With the first step being brainstorm ideas and creating a script. So to do this, we are going to make use of ChatGPT, a LLM that probably everyone here has tried out before, but you can also use tools like Claude or Gemini to do this part of the process. Where we first off are going to use ChatGPT to create a humorous, warm, and festive story ideas to get us up and running and to create a dialogue with different characters. What's important for the step of creating a concept is avoid fake prompts like make a funny story, or don't try to overcomplicate the plot. Don't create a story that's too long. Really try to spend a bit of time on this prompt to make sure it's really good, because otherwise you're going to get really terrible stuff like this, the Christmas turkey escape, with multiple characters, which really doesn't fit the style that we're now trying to do for an animated video with a few different characters. Or you're going to get stuff like this, it's really messy and not easy to work with. So spend some time on the prompting, be very specific with your prompts, incorporate some dialogue. That's really useful for this specific use case that we're now highlighting, where you have multiple characters talking to each other with Runway Act 1. Ask for some variation and then ask it to refine a few of the suggestions to really get to a nice end point. So the prompt that we used for a bit of the concepting part is we want to create a Christmas themed video featuring a dialogue among 3 characters. The video should convey a warm, festive message and could include humor, heartfelt moments, or creative twist. Please provide 3 unique and engaging ideas for the storyline. So that's what we got. We typed it in and we got 3 different examples. To start off with Santa and Elf and Rudolph, the Great Sleigh Upgrade, and the Christmas Spirit Debate, and then the Christmas Crisis, the sleigh's missing. Just a few of interesting options to start off with. Then after choosing one of these concepts, we of course need to have a script to actually start as a starting point for the entire video. And that's also with the next prompt. Create a detailed script for a specific idea with a dialogue-centric scene between the characters. Include rich dialogue, a minimalistic setting, and subtle actions to convey mood and depth. The scene should focus on character interaction and emotions with a little movement, making it suitable for filming a portrait view. So with this attention to the prompt, we get a nice script, and the script is then the starting point for the mood boards that we're going to make next. So this is like this with the scene opening, with the different characters, with Rudolph, with Gizmo, with Santa, just a nice starting point to start off with to build our storyboards with. For this, we went and used Midjourney. You can also use tools like Recraft and other tools that are more tailored to specific other use cases. We just like Midjourney a lot because it's really accessible for everyone to use, and the user interface is nice to use today with the web interface. And of course, you can always use it via Discord if you would like so. The big advantage, and I think a lot of you are already doing this for storyboarding, is it's really easy and fast to use to make some more sketching and to get up and running. So for example, this is a bit of the style that we want to create with a more detailed style guide with the different characters that we want to have in there, with the elf, with the Christmas man for the scene 1, with Rudolph also for scene 2. And we also made a lot of use of the moodboard function within Midjourney. This is a feature that you can definitely start using because it's really good at getting styles across different images. So the moodboard function works like you start off with uploading like 10 or 15 reference images as a starting point, and then you can start prompting, and based on the 15 images you uploaded, it will use the style to further enhance the next images you're going to generate. And this really enhances the style consistency, so you can make a nice mood board without it changing up different styles or going all other directions. Then, step 3, create a video template. As I was telling you all, this specifically, this concept that we now built with the Christmas characters was with Runway Act 1, and Runway Act 1 requires us to first make a video of a human character. Just so for this example, it was myself, where I record this video, this entire script with my own face and my own voice. And then we can use this as a template to further change stuff up, change my voice, change my image, change my picture with different styles and different filters. What's really important in the step is that you don't record your whole body. Of course, you can crop this out afterwards, but just keep it in mind that in the final steps that are going after this, you don't keep your entire body in the frame, because Runway won't like this and it will be giving you a lot of errors. Also, avoid moving your head too much to the left and right, because it will also throw errors for this, and avoid blinking too much and that kind of stuff, because it will really be seen very good in the end result. So definitely have a good look in how you're going to film this, but don't overcomplicate it. So for example, this is a video that you can use as pages.
Slide the metal end into the buckle. Just like
What you see is I'm moving my hands a lot, and that's going to throw an error. So keep it in mind that you keep your hands still next to each other, so you don't get these kind of errors.
You see.
Like this. So make sure to have a clear and steady frame while recording, look straight into the camera, and only record slight face movements. And then you'll end up with a video template like this. Oh, the audio is turned off, but you get the idea. And this is like a starting point for the Runway Act 1 video. Next up, you're going to create your own characters, because of course you don't want my face to be in this video, but you want a nice Christmas themed video of the storyboards we made in this video. So for this, we again used Midjourney, and again for the same reasoning that Midjourney just works really easy and really well, and you also have the really nice feature where you can have the style consistency. The Runway also has its own characters that you can use, the template characters, but they aren't that unique. There are not that much of them, and it's just a lot more interesting and fun to play with your own custom characters. So make sure to not create very complex characters with Midjourney for Runway. This will throw off Runway a lot, and it will make it really hard to actually get it into Runway, and it will throw a lot of errors. So try to make a character that hasn't too many detailed or complex poses or angles within his face or his shoulders. And don't create a pose that shows the entire body. Make sure to crop it out until somewhere about the around the shoulders. This way Runway can work with it. Then these are a few bad examples, like the face is too far away, or it isn't a clear portrait view from the front. Also the same for these two. And so what you want to end up with is an easy portrait view video with an easy to use character that's in portrait view. It's an image, and you need to ensure that the eyes, nose, and mouth are properly aligned, so they are nice in front, just like the video feed I'm having right now. Make sure the characters are realistic with human-like features. That's really important, because we're going to turn my human-like face into the face of a different character, so it needs to have the same features that are also on a human face. Then I would definitely suggest you to use the mood board option in Midjourney, because it's just really easy to maintain style consistency among your different characters and your different scenes. So this is the mood board function that I was talking about within Midjourney, and it is really easy because you can upload all of these images down below here. So these are all uploaded by myself in the step of the process where I was making the different mood boards and the storyboards. And then on top here in this prompt window, you can type in the prompt that you have, and it will generate images that are based on the styles of all the images that you made before this. Just a prompt example that we used for this character is create a Disney/Pixar style portrait of Santa Claus sitting comfortably in his cozy home. The portrait focuses on Santa from the chest up, highlighting his cheerful expression, round glasses, and traditional red hat with white trim. Behind him, a warm and softly lit background shows hints of a fireplace and a decorated Christmas tree, adding to the festive ambience. The art style should emphasize vivid colors and a soft, magical atmosphere. And then we get a Santa Claus like this. And then we also have the elf, the Rudolph, just a set of characters that we can use in the next steps. What's really important in the step is to make sure that you make characters that have an anthropomorphic style. This means that it has human-like face characters, because otherwise it can't put this filter on top of the original template video of myself. So if you want to do this, just go to Midjourney, and when you do your character generation, use anthropomorphic style inside of your prompt, and it will give characters that are, for example, a lion, a human-like face. For example, it has now just normal, the eyes are like a human, the mouth is like a human. It's all positioned a bit more like a human itself instead of the animal that you are generating. Or like this example of the koala that we made for KLM. Then the next step, using Act 1 to create the main video. So we have now made all of the different components that we need for Act 1, and then we're going to go to Runway. Runway is a video generation company with a tool called Act 1, and this is the only tool that does this in a really high quality way, so I definitely suggest to try it out. The first step to use this is to go to Runway, go to Video Gen 3 Alpha and select Act 1 as a feature. Then upload your template video and the character portrait that you've just made, and then you'll get to this screen. So on the top hand, on the left hand here, I uploaded my template video. I here generated my reference image, and you're going to get the videos that are generated based on my template video with a video of the character you made.
Alright team, deliveries are bigger, faster and more demanding than ever before. Ideas?
So as you can see, instead of my normal face, it's now Santa Claus face that we just made, which makes it a lot better, and we can go to the next step. What you will see and will notice in this step is you will probably be getting a lot of different error codes. So for example, there will be too much movement, or it can't find the face, all this kind of errors that are really annoying. Try to play around with it a bit by zooming in on the video or zooming in on the character, and just try a few different alternatives, because it probably won't always work the first try. But keep a bit of persistence and it will work out on its own. And then we get to this step.
No offense, Rudolph. We're just trying to brainstorm. No offense, Rudolph. We're just trying to brainstorm. We crash into the Pacific Ocean and we deliver to Atlantis.
But we now still have the problem that is with my own voice.
No offense,
Or,
Rudolph.
to go to the next step, is step 6, changing the voice to give it a more appropriate voice for the specific video. For this, we're using ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs is by far the best tool to use if you're doing any kind of sound generation, and especially voice generation. It has a lot of different features like text-to-speech or speech-to-speech, and for this specific instance, we are going to use the voice changer feature. It's a feature which allows you to change your voice like its name suggests, and it has a lot of flexibility. Definitely try out a few different voices. Make sure to use a voice that fits your character. There's a lot of different options in here. Do one character at a time. You can generate, of course, a few different characters and a few different audios, and then make sure the video suits the right language. So if you have a look at ElevenLabs, you have a tab that's called Voices, and then you can search the voice that fits your need. Also make sure to choose a voice that fits to your actual language, because otherwise it can start to do gibberish output, and you don't want that to happen. You have a lot of flexibility in here. You can also generate your own voices. So you have a sound design feature in which, a voice design feature in which you can prompt together your own voice, or you can just use one of the library. And most of the time, those are really good and fit to the most use cases. And then, of course, you're going to end up with this next step.
Alright team, deliveries are bigger, faster and more demanding than ever before. Ideas?
Alright team, deliveries are bigger, faster and more demanding than ever before.
So now we also have a different voice, and then to just add onto the final step is adding some B-roll scenes to make it fully complete and add everything together. For this, we're going to use one of our favorite tools called Hailuo. Hailuo is a video generation tool that's a competitor to tools like Runway, Luma, or Kling, and Sora. You all probably also heard of Sora, but in our experience, Hailuo is just a lot better than all of these other tools. It generates a lot more well-structured movement, and it isn't as messy as other tools like Runway, Luma, and OpenAI seem to be. So to do this, first off, create an image in Midjourney. Hailuo works via an image to video format. This means that you always need the first frame of your video generated before you go to Hailuo. So what's really important is describe the shots you want to create in Midjourney. Use the same moodboard feature again that we talked about in the last step, and also upload your script to ChatGPT and ask it to generate some prompts for Midjourney and Hailuo. This works really well to get your bit up and running. And it just makes it really easy to make these prompts instead of having to come up with them yourself. So for example, what we did is we asked it, write 5 detailed prompts for B-roll shots based on the script. Specify the setting, actions, and emotional atmosphere. So now we have the prompts to start off with, and then we can generate some more images in Midjourney that we are going to animate afterwards, like the book and like the snow globe. Then going to animate them in Hailubo. So what's really important with Hailubo is to start off, of course, with an image like this or like this. But it also asks you for a prompt. And this prompt structure is very specific. So the prompt structure for Hailubo is the main subject in the first frame. So make sure in your first part of your prompt you're adding into Hailubo, you talk about the main subject in the first frame. Then the motion and change. Then the camera movement. And to as last, aesthetic atmosphere. So if you translate it to the prompt we are doing, it is a cozy sunlit workshop with a snow globe. So first of the main object of the first frame. On a wooden table inside the globe, Santa rides a sleigh pulled by reindeer in a sparkly snowy scene. That's the movement. And then surrounding the globe are handcrafted toys, festive decorations, and warm golden light streaming through a frosty window. It's more like the setting in the scene. And it will get to a video like this, or like a video like this. And this will definitely take some practice, but you can get some really cool stuff out of this if you try it out a bit. Then the finishing touches. To end it up, you can add some sound effects with, for example, Suno. Suno works really well for example, instrumental options, or to have also some voiceovers and also some sound effects. What you can also do is within 11 Labs, they have a feature called Sound Effects. And here you can add some nice sound effects to make it a bit more lively. Suno works really easy. Definitely give it a try if you need some music. And then last things to add everything together. Use a tool like Premiere or CapCut or other tools to get everything into one format together and make it into one lively video. And then you end up with a complete video. And another option that I also wanted to try out, which Nick made recently, is this video. To just have an idea, if you incorporate these tools in a bit of a different way, you can get something like this. So I think the next step should be try it out for yourself. It's really cool to play with these tools and to get really creative with it. I hope you have all found some interesting ideas and information in this. We are also definitely going to share all of this information afterwards. Afterwards, you all are going to get an email with the how-tos, the links, the tips, and all of this kind of stuff in the presentation, and also a quick URL to a form in which you can request other topics for us to discuss. And then I would say, if there are any questions, definitely raise up your hands or just start speaking.
No, it's clear. Thanks, Bas.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Especially thanks for adding us to the Midjourney web interface, because we're always using Discord, which still is a bit, clumsy.
Yeah. I will definitely try to use the web interface then. It's a lot more easy to use, and also the Moodbot function just makes it a lot easier.
Cool, thanks.
And how about passwords? Because you're using Hailu, we're always using Runway because we don't really have that account. And can you also get us into the Google, what's it called, Veo?
I would definitely want you to get into Veo, but we also don't have access. It's a closed whitelisted, but we don't have access to yet.
Okay. Come on, get it for us.
So if there are not any other questions left, I would say thanks all for being here. If there are any other questions afterwards, definitely send us a quick message or a quick email, and then we can see if we can help you out with it.
Bedankt Bas.
Thanks, Wesley. Thank you.
Thanks. Super cool.
Have a nice weekend. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye.